Whether you're buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on the market, this real estate update is brought to you by Bayleys Country, your rural and lifestyle property specialists.
Alrighty, welcome back to Countrywide Connect, coming to you from the MSD Sense Hub offices here in Hamilton. Actually, thanks so much for their hospitality. Had a great day doing some filming for them yesterday. Looking forward to seeing those videos coming out in the next couple of weeks. Videographer Nick has did all the work, and then he's got a bit of editing to do. So really looking forward to seeing them pop up. Right, we're going to head off to the Bay of Plenty right now. Matt Clutterbuck is the country sales manager at Bayleys Tauranga. G'day, mate. Welcome to the show. Last couple of days of winter. Looking forward to heading into spring. How's the Bay of Plenty looking?
Yeah, good day, Andy, and thanks for having me on today. Actually, it's always balmy in the bay. So, no, we've had a couple of colder weeks and wet patches, but otherwise it's been another pretty good winter, which is similar to last year. So, no, we're ready for spring. The days are definitely getting longer and the season's warming up a bit.
Yeah, looking forward to spring as well. Although I must say it's pretty warm here in the Waikato for the last couple of days. I know it's been pretty average down in the South Island. So nice to see 22 degrees, I must say. It certainly makes a bit of a difference from a boy used to being in the South Island. But what's the sense in your area, Bay of Plenty? Farmers looking forward to a good spring, a good 2026, 2027 season? You must get round and talk to a few of them.
Yeah, well, I think it is pretty hard to be unhappy at the moment, really, regardless of which part of the rural sector you're in. So, and we're pretty unique here in the Bay. We're really lucky in that, we've got kiwi fruit, which is obviously, high-performing fruit and part of the sector, but also we've got dairy, we've got grazing blocks, and some outstanding lifestyle properties. So we sort of get the best of everything. What we don't have is viticulture, but otherwise we've got everything else. And traditionally, not everything fires at once, but at the moment, everything's firing at the same time. So, no, we're having some really positive and really constructive conversations at the moment with some very happy people.
Yeah, and it's a nice feeling, isn't it, to go out and be greeted by a smile, not tales of woe, So, which is interesting because you've got really interesting snapshot of properties for us to have a look at today, and I'm pleased you've done this because it does showcase the breadth and variedness of your area. Lovely place to live, Bay of Plenty, where I was born, by the way, Texas, as I think we've discussed before. But we've got a kiwi fruit orchard to look at. We've got I suppose a lifestyle property, a bit bigger than my life sentence block, and a dairy farm. Let's have a look at this kiwi fruit orchard first and foremost. 12.3 canopy hectares of G3 kiwi fruit operation. Now, these I would say these properties are pretty sought after, aren't they?
They are, and then this one is quite close to Te Teko there, Andy. So yeah, they are, and there has been big demand for kiwi fruit orchards at the moment. Te Puke's probably has the highest demand for those orchards, and we're definitely people singing out for orchards in that space. But equally, the Eastern Bay and further north up through Te Puna and Katikati into Waihi, there's some good orchards up there. But yeah, this particular one, it is about 12 canopy hectares of gold. It's a straight production block. It is in two titles, which gives options. Someone could buy one, someone else buy the other one. It's probably consistently doing sort of around that 13,000, 14,000 trays a hectare. Probably is a bit of appetite there under different management systems to up those trays a wee bit. But yeah, it's a good, solid, well set up, and that's something that buyers are wanting. They are wanting all the infrastructure done, so I guess they can plug and play and don't have to spend too much on capital when they get hold of an asset like this.
Mate, so on this, and got to excuse my ignorance on this, but is this big enough for a standalone operation if you wanted to get into kiwi fruit, or would you do it as part of an existing orchard?
No, this would be a great standalone proposition. So within orchards, and sorry for the listeners that are in kiwi fruit, but about a 101, I guess, is we talk OGRs, orchard gate return, and that's probably similar to your farm gate milk price. So an OGR on a property like this doing these trays is, around that 180, 200,000 per hectare. So that would be, and then out of that, obviously, you've got to run your orchard, which could be 50, 60, 70,000 a hectare. So you've still got a pretty good margin after that. So I guess, we talk OGRs, and if you're going to be making a couple of $100,000 a hectare, or where you're going to spend 60, 70 on it, there's still 130, 120 coming out the bottom and times that by 12, it's reasonably profitable.
You think? Yeah, okay. Maybe you and I need to have a chat, but I think I'd need to win lotto to go and buy that one. But anyway, so what's the sale process on this, mate? How's this?
This is just by negotiation. Yeah, we're just priced by negotiation at the moment on this one. It's quite a tricky time of year right now with kiwifruit as well, as fruit starts to set, we get bud break. So traditionally values increase as we get closer to harvest because the next buyer will get that fruit, so they'll benefit there. So it is quite hard to price them right now in terms of there's work being done and still some work to do to get the harvest in sort of the March, April, May period.
Yeah, okay. So mid-season takeover is always a little bit more tricky, but I'm sure that can be worked out nowadays. It's not that big a deal.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
It's easier.
All right. So this dairy asset, this Ripara Dairy Farm, 224 Hancock Road, 167 hectares, 460 cows producing 200,000 kilos. That's not a bad property.
Yeah, and Ripara, home of Sam Cane, so a great little province in there, but a really tightly held farming area in there through Ripara, some great flat lands, good pumice soils. So I think we sold one at auction a few weeks ago down in Ripara, and there hadn't been a farm in Ripara on the market for a few years. On the back of that, there's this one as well available, and yeah, this is a great proposition with a couple of good solid homes on it, and just really well set up, well raised, well fenced. And yeah, like I say, it's doing around that 200,000 kgs milk solids as well.
What sort of shed on it, Matt?
Really good quality shed on this one. Where are we? Yeah, so herringbone shed there, and well set up. Yeah, I think it's 40 a side by memory, and it's good to go. All the effluents well and truly set up with a pond. So it's a great setup, this one, and like I say, predominantly flat land. A little bit of forestry on there to harvest. I think it's got a value of a couple $100,000 in the last valuation. So it's ready for someone to come in and really get stuck in.
Okay, and what's your sale process on this?
This is a tender, and this is closing off in late September. So tender, but we'll sell prior if anyone's out there looking for something sooner than later.
Well, I know there's people out there looking, so I wouldn't have thought it would be that big a problem. And mid-season takeover, no problem as well?
Open to that, but at the moment we've got a settlement for next June. But hey, open to a mid-settlement takeover, definitely.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, gee, you could run that through ChatGPT and figure out how to run that in about 5 minutes. I would have thought to do a mid-season takeover. Mm-hmm. It's not, it used to be, always put in the too hard basket, didn't it? But it's not too bad.
It's easy to do these days.
Yeah, exactly. So a tender on that one. So this other property, a life sentence block, that's more me at the moment. A little bit bigger than my 2 hectare life sentence block. This one's 30.22 hectares. Where is this one? Bordering the Kaimais.
It is, yeah. So it actually backs right onto the Kaimai forest. So you can actually shoot there on your doorstep here. They pop out of the ranges there and pop in to say good day every now and again. So it's a pretty awesome proposition, this one. It was awarded a Golden Home of the Year when it was built around the 2019, 2020. Operates by solar and gas. So it's just a wicked setup and probably some of the best views I've seen in the Bay of Plenty, sitting up there looking all over sort of Katikati and out towards Mare Island, and you can see White Island all the way down to Whakatane there. So yeah, so it's just out of Katikati, about 40 minutes north of Tauranga, but also only 2 hours from Auckland. So it's pretty well located. And yeah, I guess 30 hectares is a bigger lifestyle property, but there's a bit of bush on there. So it probably falls into that as a lifestyle property, as a grazing property. But it's just outstanding. And if you look online, the photos probably don't do it justice, this one.
Yeah, that 30 hectares or whatever, how much of it is, because I haven't looked at the numbers, but how much of that is usable. But that's certainly getting up there to be available. You would graze that, get that grazed out. Someone would take that off your hand if you just want to live in the house. Because as you said, what is it? A 300 square metre home. So that's a very, very high quality property. Yeah. What's the sale process?
There. So yeah, that's another tender, and that's late September as well. But also we'll sell prior, so we are open to prior offers on that one, and we've had some really good inspections already, which have been extremely positive.
No doubt you'll be working hard on all of these, mate. If someone wants to get hold of you, they just Google Bay of Plenty Bayleys they'll find you.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, just look up Bayleys, chuck my name in, and it'll point you to the website and get you in touch with the correct agent who's looking after these. So Doug Dibley's looking after the dairy farm, Steve Lowe, he's looking after the lifestyle property, and Snow Williams is looking after the kiwifruit property.
Of course, Snow is. We had him on the show a wee while ago. Hey, mate, just quickly before you go, can we back up in the Republic this weekend? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd like to hope so. I was a little bit surprised to see those changes. I thought, if it's not broken, don't change it. But equally, it's good to see a Bay Boy in there on the wing. But I'm also a fan of Morby. But good to see a Bay Boy in there. And then I guess being from up north, home of the Ranfurly Shield, good to see a Northland boy in there on the side of the scrum now too in Parker. So it can't be too bad. But hopefully we can.
That Ranfurly Shield's heading home to Tasman on Sunday afternoon. I was very, very tempted to not jump on the plane this afternoon, mate, and head north up to Whangarei. Grant McCullum was going to drag me up there, and but I've been away too much. I just want to go home. So
I think it'd be hard to get a ticket too, mate. You might be on the outside of the fence looking in.
Oh, look, I did say to him, if the MP for Northland can't get us a ticket, well, there's not much hope, I would have thought. So yeah, that was mine. Hey, mate, Matt Clutterbuck, Country Sales Manager at Bayleys Tauranga. Thanks so much for your time. We'll chat again, mate.
No worries. Thanks, Andy. Have a good one.
Real estate in partnership with Bayleys Country, your rural and lifestyle property specialists. To learn more about rural and lifestyle property opportunities or to connect with a local expert, visit bayleys.co.nz/country. Licensed REAA 2008.